it's a big discrepancy in experience.
Well, Kieran Murphy, he has been competing in grappling, I'm sure, before the Train Alta program, so he is a bit of a grappler. He's good submission game, so I think that will be his advantage, but I expect Jayden Murphy to try to keep this one on the feet.
Two Cork City boys.
Yeah.
It's always great rivalry in Cork and between gyms, whatever the
Please
sport.
welcome his opponent making the walk to the cage, fighting out of the red corner.
But as I said, I don't know
representing
Kieran
Cork,
Murphy,
Jayden
but I have trained with Jayden, I've done Kieran sparring with him, and he's very light on the feet, quick, good kicker. He brings the head kick up so quick.
Yeah.
I remember sparring him, and the guy that obviously Thai boxing background, and I was impressed by his kick game, his push kicks, his head kicks.
Yeah. And he looks in some shape here tonight. But I do expect Kieran Murphy to get this, or to look to get this one to the floor anyway. So we'll see how Jayden's defensive grappling holds up.
As you said, Kieran Murphy just done a little double leg entry, shadowing. First MMA about it evening.
With headshots.
Three-minute rounds, headshots allowed. Jayden Murphy against Kieran Murphy.
MMA Cork versus SBG Cork.
Kieran Murphy runs to the centre of the cage.
He's fighting out of the southpaw stance.
Oh, yeah. Big right hand landed.
Oh, Jayden looks to get it to the floor. I'm surprised with that.
It was an unorthodox trip, but he got there in the end, and he's on a front headlock position here.
So,
From the corner, that guillotine is really, really tight here. Jayden Murphy cinched it up, and he was confident enough to jump guard, and he's got the leg lock too.
Tight.
Stay on top, Kieran. Go higher underhook with your left arm. Higher underhook, reach for the far shoulder, flare out your elbow for me.
Gives the thumbs up there, Kieran Murphy. Signals to the ref that he's okay, but it looks like his head is tied up in knots underneath here.
You're okay until you're not.
Yeah. No, he's lost the leg. Oh no, Jayden's got it back.
Yeah, we can see the head of Kieran Murphy just folded under, but he's giving the thumbs up again.
Now, Jayden's arms might be getting tired if this doesn't get to finish soon.
I think if he can pull tighter with the legs, get a little bit of a deeper hook on that leg, it could be over, but he's switching the grip now. Some people just have durable necks. I'm not one of those, unfortunately.
No, me neither.
Back to the feet. Jayden separates.
Big head kick, Jayden Murphy.
I was just saying before the fight started, I've trained with Jayden and he does bring the head kick up very quick.
Right. Oh, a lovely slip off the centre line there.
Lead uppercut straight.
Conor McGregor. Nice straight shots.
He's catching him with regularity now.
Yeah, straight shots down the pipe.
You can see that head kick.
I like the pressure of Kieran though. He's putting good pressure on him
he's
here.
definitely tough. Walking him down. Bit of a Nick or Nate Diaz about him.
Yeah, he's bringing it, and that's a nice inside low kick.
Like, oh, heavy left hook.
Beautiful.
Nice body kick as well.
I get the feeling if Jayden Murphy decides to unleash a couple of combinations here, he might do very well. He's throwing some singles, and
there is some respect being given by Jayden though, right? He seems to not want to engage.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got hit with something himself that he didn't like.
I'd like to see that right kick from Jayden just being thrown out there. Even if it's getting blocked, that's doing damage to the hand.
Great time to do it would be on an exit from something like that. If he had thrown it up there now with the speed he can throw it up at. People usually will like disengage, but he's having success here, Kieran.
Kieran's putting some pressure on though, non-stop.
He looks like he's one of those guys that's just going to keep coming forward all night long.
Yeah.
He's letting shots go, and Jayden Murphy breathing heavy.
There was no clacker went there, but strong finish from Kieran Murphy there.
Yeah, and a few deep breaths there from Jayden Murphy at the end of round 1.
Yeah, when you're working off the back foot for an entire round, that can sort of have a negative effect on your gas tank, am I right?
Yeah.
Definitely. And also the confidence, right? Because it feels like even if you are doing nice work, it can feel like you're under a lot of pressure. And the fact that Kieran wasn't he wasn't afraid to step in, even though Jayden was landing those nice shots, it just shows that maybe they weren't as effective as they looked.
Yeah, Jayden definitely landing the cleaner shots, but Kieran Murphy is just putting on the pressure.
I'm looking at the body language of the two fighters and just their general demeanour in the corners, and Jayden Murphy certainly looks like the one who's maybe feeling the pace a bit more, I think.
We'll see how the second round goes now. I don't know, is it too early to give Kieran Murphy the nickname of Kieran Diaz, but he's definitely marching his opponent down and throwing.
Yeah.
He reminds me a bit of Alex Morono from the UFC, that sort of style.
Yeah, some guys don't mind taking a few shots just to get in your face and make it. I'm looking at the big deep breaths Jayden Murphy's taking too. He just wasn't coming out of that round as strong as he went into it.
And Kieran is not breathing one bit heavy here.
It would be a good idea for Jayden to keep the fight at a bit of range and maybe work off his kicks, right? He's had good success with them as well, but he's not doing that. He's looking to engage in a bit of a boxing match.
We're seeing so much better shots now out of Jayden Murphy right now at the start of this round. And because he's throwing 2s and 3s, I think is helping him.
Tell you, Kieran has some chin.
A bit of volume.
Yeah, Kieran Murphy has that Homer Simpson chin.
Yeah.
Right, stay disciplined here now. Nice.
That's a lovely counter right, Jayden Murphy. Beautiful work. He's again working off that back off the fence.
Right hook.
In the fight at kicking range, he doesn't want to get backed up against the fence, seeing how the first round ended, right? Is where Kieran Murphy done his best work.
Feints. Throw the feints, Kieran.
Yeah, I'd like to see Jayden try push him back a bit.
Draw it out with the feints and then go.
Exactly, and I mean, even a couple of feints up the centre can do that. You know, you lift the knee, your opponent steps back, and then you've got a couple of more yards to play with. But
although Kieran doesn't seem to be taking steps back and whatever's thrown at him, right? So
yeah, Kieran's putting it on him here now. He's starting to overwhelm Jayden here.
big swing and a miss.
Join your hands, Kieran. Watch the
toughness and conditioning are skills and attributes that are valuable in mixed martial arts, and this lad has it in abundance. He has both of them.
again. Okay, you can strip that leg, Kieran.
The body lock is just a little too high. He maybe needs to drop down a level. He's allowed his opponent, Jayden Murphy, to get an underhook back in.
And it looks like Jayden's using this as an opportunity to take a bit of a rest, right? Big deep breaths again.
Yeah, he thought about that trip, but he looked like he was off balance.
Position, Kieran, get your head on the
Take
other
that
side.
head up. Underneath his chin. There you go.
Right, pummel in
Nice
the
knee up the
underhook
middle.
with the left hand.
Jayden.
Pummel in the underhook with the left hand. All right,
Bring that head
now.
control.
You can pull and get the body lock there, Kieran.
Like see
Body
Kieran
lock,
maybe
join
switch
your
to a
hands.
single here or something.
Join your hands.
Let's see if he
Body
can
lock.
separate and get back to the striking, right? Because he was having very good success with that.
There might be a moment for the referee to step in if we don't see much more activity at this point.
Knees
Knees to the body now.
to the legs, knees
The
to
head position's good for Kieran Murphy, but he's not doing any damage at all here and not progressing to a takedown. So
He's definitely got a better head position now, using the forehead under the chin.
Keep
He
that going.
didn't have that position previously.
Join the hands, Kieran, if you can. Knee in those thighs. You can trip with your right
Coming to the
leg
closing
there.
stages of the round now.
Right leg, pull it back.
Referee looking for action.
I would have got in there and separated them by now if I was in the referee's shoes, but I think the timer will run out on the round soon. They're firing shots, and Jayden Murphy now letting the hands go. Big left hook from Jayden Murphy. There's that Homer Simpson chin again. Kieran Murphy didn't blink. His nose is bleeding, but he's still throwing bombs in the centre of the cage.
Bring the head kick back up now. It'll be good for Jayden. Bring that head kick up after the punches. He's swinging. That overhand right is...
He overthrew it, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a risky shot to throw. You know, it needs to be... That overhand right needs to be set up behind the jab, or at least, you know, closing the distance a little bit with the feet, because if you throw it with your feet planted, it's very unlikely it's going to land. It's too easy to see. Jayden needs to get recovered here now because it's a close fight.
Close second round to score there, yeah.
I would just by watching the body language even, you would kind of give Kieran the edge, right? And a lot of that round was spent with Jayden back against the fence and Kieran in a bit better position. Even though there wasn't much work being done, it was still more dominant grappling position.
Yeah, it's been a really impressive couple of rounds, I think, from Kieran Murphy. Even though he's eaten some big shots, but he's shown that he's not being phased by any of it. And his opponent Jayden Murphy looks like he's been in a war, but there's still a round to go.
Yeah, I was just saying, Paul, there, the body language is a big thing for judging as well. When the fight is any bit close, right? If you're looking at two fighters and one of them looks like they're really not wanting to be in there, that can be the deciding factor in how the judges would see the fight going.
Yeah, because it's impactful. Striking and grappling is the scoring criteria. So if you look like you're wearing shots more than the other guy, that means they were probably more impactful.
Even though the volume has been definitely in the favour of Jayden.
Yeah.
Sorry, definitely in the favour of Kieran, but
Yeah, it could be one round apiece here coming into the third. Tough second round to call though. Nice inside leg kick.
We go same time. Fake, go. Yes?
Oh, nice rip to the body.
this is where the majority of the fight has been played out though, with Jayden back against the fence and Kieran just throwing shots at him.
Yeah, Kieran Murphy starting to let volume go now as well, which is a big thing. Not just one shot at a time, he's throwing combinations, and again, just good head position, good base.
Push back to the fence, Kieran. Push. Lovely, please.
It's a close fight, but he's the one that's pressing the action so far.
I don't think he's taking a backward step for the whole
That right knee always true. That right knee goes around the back, always true. Yeah.
Listening to his coach as well.
Keep that head position, Kieran. Keep that head position. Work the head again now. Work the head again. Side off now.
Very similar to position to what was
I like.
hopefully the referee will step in a bit early enough and nothing happening.
Yeah, I like these knees to the body up against the cage.
Yeah, you need to start doing damage in these positions.
Yeah, because like if this gets separated and Jayden lands a few big shots, you never know how the judges are going to look at that.
Yeah, so you need to take advantage of having the control. Use it to land those big shots and cause the damage that's going to win the fight.
Join your hands if you can in a body lock.
Jayden Murphy hasn't made any concerted effort to get off the fence. He's happy to survive a little bit here, I think, which can happen when you're a bit exhausted.
Exactly, yeah. It's been all clear in this round.
Head position. Turn your head. There you go. Drive it up. Back to the ties again.
Big knees to the legs. Referee is going to separate them this time.
Hands up here, sharp.
So go.
Hands up, Kieran. Left hand high. Hands up, no fake, go. Fake, go.
Huge head kick up top, but it didn't land clean.
Oh,
Kieran
nice
Murphy
body
tees
shots.
He's really low, man.
Left hand high.
I think a few more of them body shots could get Jayden out of here.
Stand up, Kieran. Head position.
clinched up again. I would have kept the separation and just kept throwing, to be honest.
I think Jayden threw an uppercut that gave him a bit of a skit, and he just decided to get back to that position that has been successful from right, even though again it's not very active, but he's still been working away, chipping away with Jayden against the fence, which to the judges looks like successful or effective grappling.
Left knee up middle. Left knee up hard.
So goes to the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, Kieran Murphy just put the pace on Jayden there, took over in rounds 2 and 3.
Took some big shots, but didn't seem to stop him or slow him down in any way.
Yeah, I like those shots up against the body or up against the cage where he's ripping to the body. Jayden just throwing a lot of singular shots. I would have liked to seen a few combinations. Small delay here with the judges' scorecard. Could we be seeing a controversial draw?
Just one round.
We're going, we're skipping the next jiu-jitsu match.
Slight change in the lineup. The next fight will actually be another amateur MMA fight, and then that will be followed by the grappling match that was supposed to be next. Still waiting for the judge's decision here. Paul Brown seems to be looking at the cards. Like I would be surprised if Kieran Murphy didn't get the win. I just feel there was a lot more
Output.
a lot more success. Even though, again, Jayden did land some big strikes, but
Yeah.
they didn't have the effect.
Yeah, and not enough strikes as well. He did land a few per round, but it's just a volume problem, really. I just think Kieran put a heavy amount of volume out there tonight.
Decision is in.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner after 3 rounds by way of split decision, Jayden Murphy!
Surprised by that decision, to be honest.
Yeah, a bit of a controversial one there. But I think it all came down to round 2 where Kieran Murphy was holding him up against the cage and they separated with about 10-15 seconds left and Jayden just let it loose.
Yeah,
So
but
that
I think
could have been
there was enough done outside of that. Like, it was a close second round, I would say.
Close second round, like, yeah. It's control time versus a few strikes.